Hello everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Fresh and our Orc Hunter. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we return to the Eastern Kingdoms to take on Hillsbrad Foothills once again. Our goal is simple, but ambitious. Let's see if we can tackle the entire Battle for Hillsbrad questline. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Should be arriving at the farms shortly. We've got a little bit of rested experience, and we're about 40% through at level 31. While we ourselves don't have any upgrades to look forward to at level 32, our pet certainly does. We'll be looking to pick up both a dive and a new rank of Screech once we hit level 32. Hitting that milestone might happen today, but Screech here is going to have to hit level 32 himself in order to pick up the new abilities anyway. We've got a little bit of time. The only annoying part about picking up both of those abilities is we're going to have to tame two separate beasts, and we're going to have to hold on to them for a little bit while they teach us the new skills. Looks like we're about to get Farmer Kalaba out of the way quickly, which is nice. Hopefully we don't see too many players here, but if we do, it's going to benefit us to team up with them. See some in the distance, it looks like. This is our first time at general questing with the new talent build as well, so let's see how BM works in the overworld. I can already tell that Screech moves significantly faster than he was before, so that's cool. So yeah, we are going to have to do some running back and forth. We're going to take care of the farmers and farm hands first. We're going to have to come back for the peasants, as well as some, like the blacksmiths and whatnot. Soon after that, we're also going to have to pay a visit to the mines down south to take care of Miner Hackett. At the moment, it looks like we just have a mage to contend with. I have to imagine that the Hillsbrad Fields is a pretty hot spot for hyperspawning. I'm sure to some extent Blizzard has selectively chosen certain spots that they know are going to be really busy. And this is definitely one of those horde areas that is very busy. This quest line is very famous, and everybody does it. Do have a couple of gray enemies here, which is unfortunate. But hopefully after this first round of quests in this area, that should resolve itself. Be good if we had aspect of the hawk up. Probably a smart idea. are done with the farm hands and should be done with the farmers after this one. I've already taken out Farmer Getz, which is good, and Farmer Kalaba. Let's see, we're going to need Citizen Wilkes, who's going to be walking along the path. I have to imagine that he's probably dead at the moment. And I believe... yes, we have to slay Farmer Ray in the house. And at some point we're going to have to feed... I think we might have already fed the elixir of... it's either agony or pain to Stanley here. I can't remember. Let's see if we can find Farmer Ray. Sometimes he's sitting out here on the steps, and sometimes he's inside the house. At the moment, he is neither. Luckily, that is a quest that, well, actually, that might be part of the current one we're trying to do here. I know that the dangerous quest line, yeah, that doesn't involve him, so we are going to need Farmer Ray. That is all we need, actually, at this moment in time. I don't think he can spawn out here. Pretty sure he can't. So we are going to have to wait for him, unfortunately. I see his body right there. Okay. So we'll see if he comes back quickly. Yeah, this was the only thing that I was somewhat worried about coming here. And there's definitely a whole lot more than just one or two players in the area. Got tons of players here. But we'll try to keep grinding if we see some level 24s in the area. Seems like they still offer us some experience. This is where I'm okay with popping Aspect of the Cheetah for now, just to quickly go up and down the stairs, quickly go in and out of the house just to find Farmer Ray. His body has despawned, which is good. Try to keep up with the mage here. We'll invite him to the group, just in case. Looks like he's not interested, though. We can do other parts of the quest, but it would be a lot easier if we could just get Farmer Ray out of the way now. Because it's just going to send us back here to take on more aspects of the fields. Yep, unfortunately, still nothing. Not amongst the apple trees either. I feel like there's a chance. I feel like Farmer Getz is the one that moves around. I feel like Farmer Ray stays in one spot here and he doesn't move. And I feel like his spawn location is always outside, up front. I don't think he respawns upstairs. And similar to like a lot of the other hyper spawning locations, you'd think that Farmer Ray would respawn in a little bit more often than the farm hands and farmers. But these farmers keep coming back pretty quickly. Fortunately, the dots I have on my map for Citizen Wilkes kind of covers up an area that perhaps Farmer Ray could spawn in if he spawned in a different location. Wouldn't really be able to tell very easily. Unfortunate, but we might have to give up on this for now. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer until I see another body again. So right now I do not. Yeah, it's a shame. I do like this quest line a lot, but if there's this many people here at all times, then it might not be something worth doing in a fresh environment. If, oh, I think I see him there. All right, well, we did get through it. Alright, we got done what we needed to get done. So we're going to go ahead and take out this last farmer. Let's pop aspect of the cheetah and let's get back to Terran Mill so we can turn this one in. We'll walk back through the fields just in case we see the clerk. Looks like his body's right there, so that answers that question. It did disappear, so maybe he'll respawn somewhere random. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Beautiful. I feel like we've taken care of some of the hardest, the hardest pain points here for this area as far as competition. Because those are definitely going to be the hardest to deal with. We're going to be picking up the next quest to take out the peasants, and that's going to be pretty quick. I don't think people are going to be fighting over those as much as the enemies that we were just taking out. From there, it's going to send us back once again to take on the council members. We'll take on the blacksmiths as well. And then we're going to be sent to the mines. But yeah, let's hope that's the worst of it. Hopefully it'll be a little bit smoother from here on out. We'll pick up some extra skins along the way back, so we won't follow just the main road. We'll see if there are any bodies left behind. Really glad we got to get back into Hillsbrad today, and the Eastern Kingdoms in general. I feel like we've been living in Kalimdor for quite a while. And it's exciting that we're going to start entering our mid-30s soon enough. It's not going to take too long, I feel like, to get there. And then we'll be dealing with the Scarlet Monastery, which will be a nice change of pace from Razorfen Crawl, from Wailing Caverns,
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
BFD. Nothing interesting from Zixel today. And we already restocked on mushrooms too. We're going to start using the delicious cave mold now, which I'm sure Screech will appreciate. Alright, we're back in Terran Mill now. Let's go ahead and turn in this quest. We'll pick up the next one, and we will run straight back.
What now? Beware.
We're leaving all of these other quests here for now. They're either sending us over to Arathi Highlands, or they're sending us into the Altiric Mountains, which we're not quite ready for yet. We could do some stuff in those places, but we've got to take care of some of the lower level areas and finish those up first. Yeah, we need to finish up Stone Talon especially, and we need to enter Thousand Needles for the first time as well, just to take care of some of the initial starting quests at Freewind Post before we outlevel those. Then sometime after that, I think we'll stabilize a little bit more. We'll have a plethora of options from there, but I think everything is going to be a little bit closer to our level from that point. So we might spend an episode grinding out some heavy leather in the cave over here. We'll take care of the Yeti related quests as well while we're in this cave. And I think in that same episode, we'll pick up the recipe for Soothing Turtle Bisque, which is a cooking recipe that we can learn at 175, which we already have, which is fantastic. That recipe is going to last us until 200 cooking, where we can then pick up it's a spider-related recipe. I forget what it's called. But it requires white spider meat, if I remember correctly, and it's basically the best food that we're going to have until pretty much max level or late into our 50s. So we're already very close to basically maxing out our cooking abilities. Alright, we're back in the fields. Let's go ahead and take out some peasants. 15 is all we need. And then we'll head back to Terran Mill once again from there. While our pet works on taking out the peasants, I should probably spend my time looking for more. They are going to be tough to spot within these trees, so we're going to kind of randomly tab target around to pick them up. I believe most of the peasants are down here, but it looks like if we go inside the town hall walls over here, we could potentially find some more. Maybe we'll take a quick stroll over here and see if we can pick off a couple. Yeah, I do see some over here. So this seems like a pretty decent spot. Let's make sure Screech gets healed up after this. Starting to take on some higher level enemies. They're still green to us, but getting a little bit closer to level 30. Getting a little bit of hyper response here. Let's pop some cooldowns. Just 2 more peasants to go. Getting a lot of decent loot from this as well. Historically, Hillsbrad Fields has definitely been one of the best places to farm wool cloth. So if you are currently in your 20s and you're looking for a good spot to farm that up for any reason, this is definitely the place to do so on the Horde side. We've got 2 more peasants to go, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the fields to the south. We'll pick up our last couple, and then we'll get back to Terran Mill once again. I see Farmer Kalaba again. I'm just going to leave her alone. Let somebody else pick her up. That actually still needs her. Come on, one more peasant. Suppose we should have stuck around by Town Hall a little bit longer. Oh, that's an apprentice. Don't need that. Yeah, I guess we're going to go back to Town Hall real quick, see if we can pick off one last peasant. I really don't want to kill Citizen Wilkes again. I want somebody else to get him if possible. There we go. Alright, that's it. Let's get back to Terran Mill. Next quest is either going to be the Councilman, and we'll take out Clerk Horace Whitesteed while we're there. Or it's going to be the Blacksmiths. It's probably going to be the Councilman first, and then the apprentices. And Blacksmith Varrington. We did pick up these cloth legs earlier on in the episode. These should sell pretty well too. 5 intellect, 5 spirits, pretty perfect for any of the casters that need it. Oh, and this I did not realize we picked up. We picked up a bow. Precision bow. This is definitely not as good as what we have now. But maybe that'll sell for something too. I know weapons in general do vendor at a pretty high price point. And often it's just better, more profitable to get rid of them sooner rather than later. The auction house deposits just cost too much in Classic. In retail, you've got the transmog market. You know, and the deposits in retail are basically nothing for what you get back from pieces of gear that you sell. You can sell basic greens for like hundreds of gold in retail. And the deposit's basically nothing. But in Classic, the deposit actually means a lot. It cuts into your profit margin quite significantly. Especially if you plan to post over and over and over again. So for weapons especially, BOE weapons that we post on the auction house, I'd rather just post them once, see if they sell, and if they don't, just vendor them.
I am forsaken. Our time will come.
Yep, so we got kill Blacksmith Varrington and the 4 apprentices and get the shipment of iron. Alright, so it's that, and then it's going to be the councilman. And then we're going to be sent to the mines to take on Miner Hackett, and I think there's a foreman in there as well. That we might need a group for, to make sure that we get those enemies. So this seems doable today. I think we can get through this. Lots of back and forth, but Hillsbrad is a beautiful zone with that classic Elwyn Forest theming throughout most of it. We're back at the fields already. Only focused on one tiny little building right in front of us. Even though the enemies that we have to kill are very sparse, despite that this should be fairly easy compared to what we've been dealing with so far. Since players only have to come in here once pretty quickly. I already see Blacksmith Barrington outside there. Let's go ahead and grab him. I'm okay with sending in Screech to take on all 3 of these. 4 of these, actually. That's okay. We can handle it. Got our main focus out of the way there. Now we just need to take out some more apprentices. Let's first get healed up. Yeah, we can get some buff food going. Drink up some melon juice. We are definitely utilizing a little bit more mana if we want to deal more damage than when we were marksmanship. But despite that, I feel like we're still a lot more efficient. We could just be drinking more. We have not had to drink water in a very long time, realistically. We've always kept at least a stack of it just in case, but I feel like we can start utilizing it now, especially since our pet is dealing so much more damage. We can just have our pet work on an enemy while we are drinking. I'm going to start laying some traps soon as well. I keep forgetting that freezing trap is a thing, and we keep pulling multiple enemies like this quite often. Let's just use Feign Death more often as well. Unfortunately, while our pet is attacking stuff, our Feign Death doesn't appear to allow us to set traps. Like as soon as we use it, it doesn't take us completely out of combat, it just drops our threat. I seem to remember like in PvP or something like that. Maybe if your pet's already dead. I'm not sure. I always thought that that was a thing that you could feign death, quickly set a trap, and then get back up. Maybe it has to be done in like the same, like at the same time or something, like through a macro. I think that's it. I think we took everything out that we needed to. So once again, trekking back to Terran Mill. I have to do this one more time after this too. We take out everything at Town Hall, including Clerk Horace Whitesteed. Then we'll go back again, and then we'll go out one last time, take on the mines. This is a really nice approach to doing this quest. I don't think I've waited this long to start this quest line. I feel like I've always, you know, taken care of the farmers at the very least, for probably like up until the councilman and the clerk. I would usually typically batch those together, but then I would save Town Hall and the mines for a later date. So it's kind of cool that I'm taking out all of this just all at once. And I feel like it's a fun way to do it. I'll probably do this moving forward, honestly, with future characters. Just wait until you're level 30 and then come out here. I think it would have been better if we were level 30 and not 31. That way, all of the level 23s that we were facing would have granted us some experience at the very least. We wouldn't have had to deal with all gray enemies for the first quest. But that's the only thing that I would do differently. We're going to be facing some higher level enemies soon too, so we're going to be really cranking out this experience bar pretty shortly. And with the turn-ins as well, I don't see why we shouldn't hit 32 today.
What can I help you with?
Speak quickly. Watch your back.
Kill Magistrate Burnside and 5 Hillsbrad councilmen. Destroy the proclamation and steal the registry.
Trust.
You heard the lady. Let's get out there. By the way, thank you to anyone that has been sending me mail as of late. I've had some items come in, a little bit of silver in fact as well. I really appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Not something that you would ever see happen in retail, that's for sure. At least not too often. But players seem to be a little bit more inclined to help each other out in Classic. Not to say that you couldn't have some other great social experiences on the retail side. I've had my fair share of those as well, but the community in Classic, while in dungeons and raids sometimes can maybe be a little bit unforgiving or toxic as in other games that get min-maxed a lot. Especially during the leveling journey, I feel like overall the community is fairly positive. But let me know what you guys have experienced so far. I'm sure it's completely different for a new player. I've been playing for a very long time, so I don't make too many mistakes, or at least egregious ones. I feel like I, generally speaking, know where I'm going, what I'm doing, how things work and whatnot. But to somebody brand new to Classic, this can be a very overwhelming experience, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear perhaps a different story as far as what people have experienced with the community. I'm thankful that my experiences have been overwhelmingly positive so far. Alright, we're going to enter Town Hall once again. This time we're actually going inside. We'll see if anybody else is camping around that area as well. See if we can tackle all of this at the same time. Yeah, it looks like somebody's going in. Let's work together. They're level 26, which is pretty low for this section of the quest. I guess it's exactly where they need to be, but going in by yourself at that level might be a little bit tricky. There's Clark Horse Whitesteed. This is where we're going to utilize Feigned Death to drop our aggro a bit. I'm going to pull Burnside as well. Let's use Feigned Death. Drop our aggro. Let's destroy the proclamation. Then I think there's a book. Yep, for the registry. Let's pick this one up. Very quick, very easy. We do need to kill some more councilmen, though. Let's see if we can locate. See if we can locate the rest of those councilmen. We're gonna need 3 more, so that shouldn't be too hard to come by. Got 2 over here, and we'll just need to find 1 more. Alright, that is it. Back to Terran Mill one last time. Back into Terran Mill now. Let's go ahead and pick up that last quest. Foreman Bond. I think that's the guy's name. Within the caves.
What is it? Embrace the shadow.
Kill Foreman Bond, 10 Hillsbrad miners, and report.
Victory for Sylvanas.
What are we getting for the dangerous quest, by the way? There is a bow, but it's definitely worse than what we have now. Hooded cow, so basically nothing as far as loot-wise, but one of those is going to be worth a decent amount. The bow's worth 28 silver. The hooded cow is 8 silver, so it's not too bad. Should be a decent chunk of experience, though. Alright, let's put an end to the Battle of Hillsbrad saga. Then in the next episode, we'll head back to Kalimdor. We'll take on the rest of Stone Talent, more specifically the Charred Veil. It says it's level 26. That's going to be cutting it very, very close. Because we're going to be level 32 by that point, so I don't think we're going to collect the Incendrites. I think that's going to take too long. We'll start collecting them if it's convenient for us to take out the fire elementals that happen to be in the area, but I'm definitely not going to kill myself over that quest. The issue with that quest isn't necessarily the drop rate, but the fact that there aren't too many fire elementals walking around the Charred Veil. If the Charred Veil happens to be busy, especially with people taking on the Harpy questline there, then it's probably not going to be worth our time. But we'll plant the seeds, we'll take out the Harpies, we'll see if there are any other follow-ups we can do, and if we have time, if the area happens to be clear enough and we get through it very quickly, we'll find something else to do. There's definitely some options on that side of the map for sure. We are just about to enter the Azure Lode mine. Some kind of people we got. Let's see what the player count looks like in this area. Let's get in here. Let's take out some miners. Let's keep an eye out for the Foreman and Miner Hackett. I think Foreman is in one place. We can pretty reliably find him. Foreman Bond. Miner Hackett moves around. See another mage a little bit deeper within the cave. He's probably looking for Hackett if I had to guess. Fortunately, there's no easy way to get over to him to invite him to a group. Looks like we gotta carve a path through several of these guys. There we go. Just in time, too. Just picked up Minor Hackett. Looks like there's a mage and a priest. Worked out really well for us. Now we just have to wait for Foreman Bond to respawn. Alright, I think we got all the miners as well. We just need to wait for Foreman Bonds to respawn. I'm pretty sure this is the only location that he can show up in. I don't see his body anymore. Maybe he could show up there? I suppose it doesn't hurt to wrap around and check. We're still in a group with these guys. I think we're still getting some experience as well, but I think they're out of the cave now. I think they're all done. Yeah, so it's just us. We'll go ahead and leave group. And we'll just grind on some miners until Foreman Bonds appears. There he is. Luckily we didn't have to wait for too long. Perfect. Now we just have to fight our way back out. Get back to Terran Mill and turn in these quests. The battle for Hillsbrad will be complete. I think we can go this way. I can't remember which way we came from. I guess we'll just wrap around. So far, this hasn't been such a bad spot for silk as well. So that's another cool thing to note. If you're looking for silk, this might not be a bad place to start. Within the rolling hills of Hillsbrad. Let's enjoy this wonderful green color and borderline autumn trees kind of in the background. It'll be the last that we see of it for a little while. We'll take on Stone Talon and Thousand Needles next, and then maybe we'll come back at that point. I guess we should also check what kind of other zones we can experience. Now that we're entering our 30s, obviously Stranglethorn is going to be a thing, but I don't think I'm going to enter Stranglethorn until 35 at the very least, I would think. You've got the Arathi Highlands. Again, this is another one where you can kind of wait on most of these until the mid-30s, so we'll save those two zones for that. But we still have, obviously, Altiric and the rest of Hillsbrad. And then we're going to dive headfirst into Thousand Needles, of course. Dustwallow we're not going to bother with until at least level 40, probably. And Desolace just doesn't have too much to do. There is some stuff. I did pick up the quest from Orgrimmar for Alliance Relations, which actually does start up a series of quests in Desolace that otherwise wouldn't be available to you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the zones in Classic WoW can be bunched up. You know, Desolace seems like yet another zone that you'd want to wait until you're like level 35 for, ideally. So we're going to hit 35 and we're going to have like way too much to do. But the experience is going to progressively slow down more and more from here, so it shouldn't be as much of an issue as it was for us about 5 levels ago or so.
What do you need?
as we're trying to like finish up a bunch of stuff. And it feels like we've been rushed in a lot of cases.
I haven't got all day.
Battle for Hillsbred complete. Oh, actually, no, there's still more to this. I didn't realize that Dungarock was part of the Battle for
Goodbye.
Hillsbred. Interesting.
Our time will come.
Okay, so we're going to pick up the bow from
Trust
Dangerous.
no one.
I think this is an elite quest, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at this quest chain real quick and see exactly where it ends. Because we could get something really significant out of this. Right, so it's this quest, and then we're going to head back to Undercity, and Vari Mathras is going to give us something. Some of these rewards look pretty cool for a lot of other classes, but it doesn't seem to be anything too interesting for hunters specifically. You could pick up a ring that'll give us a 3 stam, 5 spirit. Don't know if that's better than what we have now.
Goodbye.
So maybe we're not going to complete this right away. I do think that we can certainly do it at some point. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue, but I think we're going to end it right here for now. Basically completed the majority of the Battle for Hillsbred, for the most part, I suppose. The bulk of it, at the very least. We'll take care of the rest at a future date. So the next one, we're going to wrap up Stone Talon, specifically the Charred Veil, minus maybe the Incendiates. It depends on what the competition looks like, how many fire elementals there actually are in the area. I don't want to kill myself over completing that one, but we'll take care of the rest. Now we're going to look to head into the 1,000 Needles for the first time, and then after that, we'll eventually end up back here to farm up some heavy leather, maybe pick up the Soothing Turtle Bisque, and yeah, so lots to look forward to. As always, I appreciate all of you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.